Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nindy Aulia Muhti, and I'm Nindy Aulia Muhti, and I'm as the second presenter, and Meldi Juliyan as first presenter. I'd like to talk to you today about ER. What is it? About ER, benefits of ER. About ER contributions to language learning and practice. For the first presenter, Meldi Juliyan, time is yours. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Suaranya nggak jelas.
Halo, sekarang jelas nggak?
Jelas tapi agak pules.
Masih nggak jelas ya?
Sekarang udah jelas.
Ya. What does ER mean? Extensive reading involves learner reading text for enjoyment and develop general reading skills. And it can be compared with intensive reading, which means reading in detail with specific learning aims and tasks. A teacher reads a short story with learners, but does not see them any task except to read and listen. Possible examples of extensive reading material are magazine, graded readers, novels, and magazine, even comic books. The top 10 principles of ER. First, the reading material is easy. A variety of reading material on a wide range of topics must be available. Third, learners choose what they want to read. Four, learners read as much as possible. Five, the purpose of reading is usually related to preserve information and general understanding. 6. Reading its own reward. 7. Reading speed is usually faster rather than slower. 8. Reading is individual and silent. 9. Teacher orient and guide their student. And last, the teacher is role model of a readers. Day and Bamford. Next, key characteristic of ER. First, student read a lot and read often. Second, there is wide variety of text types and topics to choose from. Third, the texts are not just interesting, they are engineering and compelling. Fourth, students choose what to read. 5. Reading purpose focus on preserve information and general understanding. 6. Reading its own reward. 7. There are no tests, no exercise, no question, and no discussions. 8. Material are within the language competence of the student. Reading is individual and silent. Speed is faster, not deliberate and slow. The teacher explains the goals and procedure clearly, then monitor and guides of students. Last, the teacher is a role model and the readers participate along with the students. The model of ER. Free volunteer readings. Paper. It's free reading. Students are free choose the material they want to read, and it's volunteer reading. Student and choose the or not to report in class on the reading they've done. Uninterrupted silent readings. Students read silently without interruption for a specific period of time. Sustained silent readings. A form of school-based recreational reading or free volunteer reading when students read silently and decided time period every day in school. Next, drop everything and read. It's a time regularly set aside in the classroom, scheduled for both student and their teacher to drop everything and read. Other session consists of getting the whole schools to stop, drop what drop what they are doing and to read for preserve for to positive outcome while enjoying reading. Power is regularly scheduled an interruption time for both student and teacher to silently read a self-selected reading material.
Okay, for the next presenter is myself, my own self. So I'm gonna tell you about what are the benefits of ER. First, ER develops learner autonomy. There's no cheaper or more effective way to develop learner autonomy as reading. So reading, by its nature, is a private, individual activity. It can be done anywhere at any time of the day. Readers can start and stop at will and read at the speed they are comfortable with. They can visualize and interpret what they read in their own way. They can ask themselves questions: is it explicit or implicit? Notice things about the language, or simply let the story carry them along. Number 2. ER offers comprehensible input. Reading is the most readily available form of comprehensible input, especially in places where there is hardly any contact with target language. If carefully chosen to suit learners' level, it offers them repeated encounters with language items they have already met. This helps them to consolidate what they already know and to extend it. There is no way any learner will meet new language enough time to learn it in a limited times in a class. The only reliable way to learn a language is through massive and repeated exposure to it in context, which is precisely what ER provides. Number 3. ER enhances general language competence. Ellie, 1991, says that in the way we so far do not fully understand, the benefits of ER extended beyond reading. There is a spread of effect from reading competence to other language skills like writing, speaking, and control over syntax. Number 4. ER helps develop general or word knowledge. Number 5. Extensive reading extends, consolidates, and sustains vocabulary growth. Vocabulary is not learned by a single exposure. ER allows for multiple encounters with words and phrases in context, thus making possible the progressive acquisition of meanings to them. Number Number 6. AR helps improve writing. Common sense would indicate that as we meet more language more often through reading, our language acquisition mechanism is primed to produce it in writing or speech when it is needed. Basically, if more we read, the better we write. The last one is AR creates and sustains motivations to read more. The virtuous circle, which is success leading to success, ensures that as we read successfully in a foreign language, so we are encouraged to read more. Next is example of the case. The methodology that will be used in this case is qualitative case study design. So, the step 1, the classroom observations were held for 4 meetings. Step 1 is the observation sheet was not utilized in the first meeting because there was no any follow-up activity related to extensive reading in the first meeting. So the teacher just simply gave assignment related to extensive reading, which were reading homework and completing a reading journal. Step 2, the follow-up activities in the classroom included group discussions related to the text, sharing about the text, and read aloud favorite part of the text. In the process, the teacher provides some text to be chosen by students as their reading homework. After the implementations of extensive reading, the closed-ended and open-ended questionnaires were distributed to the students. In interpreting the students' score of closed-ended questionnaires, the interval score of questionnaires was developed. And the last step is some students were interviewed to clarify the findings. The results of this study, the observations, shows that most students seem to enjoy doing the reading homework. The students chose the text to be read at home enthusiastically and also shared about their experiences in reading the text passionately. The finding also reveals that the students seem to enjoy follow-up activities related to extensive reading in the classroom because they had read the material before, so that they could follow the classroom activities well. The next is selecting group discussion. The data shows that the students participated actively in the group discussions to discuss and answer the questions related to the text, since they could discuss and verify their understanding of the text that they had read in a group discussion. By involving students in the cooperative reading task, they might feel empowered to break out of the cycles of failure in reading and find themselves capable in reading and sharing with other learners. The next related question was whether their motivation in reading increases after the use of extensive reading. What are their reasons for being motivated, and what are their reasons if not motivated? The results is 28 students answered that they were motivated to reading, whereas for the reasons why they were motivated and fairly motivated to reading English in general were because the texts were interesting, learning method and activities were enjoyable, there was reading homework and reading journal, and there was an opportunity to know English more. The extracts below are some examples of benefits perceived by the students. So the conclusion is, extensive reading is an effective and pleasurable way for students to learn to read English as a foreign language as an alternative to translations or skill courses in which students are not free to choose reading materials that interest them. Extensive reading raises students' motivation to read more and enjoy their homework, develops confidence in students within reading. Also, it promotes foreign language acquisition. That's the last presentation from us. Sorry if there were many mistakes that carries. So okay, maybe that's it. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.